وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن سار على نهجه إلى يوم الدين. All praises belong to the Almighty Allah. May His peace and blessings be upon the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad, his household followers, and all those who follow the path of Allah to the day of judgment. We thank Allah for giving us another Friday. And this afternoon's khutbah will try to address the question, what makes Islam unique? The word unique is used when something is totally distinct from others. And we'll draw on Sirah in respect of the encounter or the companionship of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ with Abu Bakr in the cave of Thawr. Quraysh had laid out a plan to eliminate the Prophet ﷺ. He was informed through divine revelation, and he had to embark on that journey from Makkah to Medina. He informed his closest friend, Abu Bakr, one of the richest merchants in Makkah. And according to Imam Ibn Hisham, in his book Sirat Ibn Hisham, narrating the account of what Abu Bakr indicated when the Prophet ﷺ permitted him to accompany him to Medina. Abu Bakr said, the Prophet informed me that he was embarking on Hijrah, and I asked him, As-Suhbah, meaning, am I the one who is going to go with you? Imagine a rich merchant, and one of the richest for that matter. Today's businessman is more concerned about gathering monies in the banks, looking at his balances on daily basis. And the Quran indicates that it's one of the strategies Shaitan uses to deceive people. Quran says, يَحْسَبُ أَنَّمَا لَهُ أَخْلَدَهُ. The one who is accumulating wealth thinks that the wealth will give him eternal life. So he doesn't stop accumulating. Abu Bakr didn't do that. The man was ready to sacrifice everything Allah had given him in the cause of Islam. So he asked the Prophet, am I going with you? And the Prophet responded positively. He said that response that came from the Prophet irritated him to have joy, and that was the greatest moment in his life. This was a journey. A man was living his wealth in Mecca and was going to become a stranger in Medina. And if somebody embarks on Hijrah, just like a refugee, he becomes impoverished, he becomes deprived. But Abu Bakr was ready to take himself through this pain. And when he started the journey strategically, the Prophet knew that Quraysh would be running off the door. So he said, let's hang around inside the cave of Thawr for 3 nights. Before they entered, Abu Bakr signaled the Prophet to wait, because according to him, that cave had never been inhabited by anyone, and that there might be some harmful creatures in there. And if there were any harmful creatures, they should rather harm Abu Bakr and not the Prophet of Islam. So Abu Bakr went in there, cleaned up the place. The Prophet was tired. He needed something soft to put his head on. So Abu Bakr sat down on the floor, stretched his 2 legs, and the Prophet put his head on his thighs. Not long after the Prophet had slept, then the scorpion bit Abu Bakr. then tears. He was trying to contain the pain, fearing that if tears flow, they may drop on the blessed face of the Messenger of Allah, and he will be awakened. So that will be to the discomfort of Abu Bakr. But being a human being, he could not contain the pain for long, and the tears started dropping. And they finally dropped on the face of the blessed Prophet Muhammad, and he woke up. He looked into the face of Abu Bakr and asked, "What is happening?" Now Abu Bakr said he had been bitten by a scorpion. The Prophet removed his saliva, placed it on where the pain was, prayed over it, and the pain went off. You can read this account in Surah Al-Tawbah, the tafsir of Surah Al-Tawbah. Then the Prophet looked into the face of Abu Bakr, and according to the account of the Quran, the way that the Quran uses to indicate the condition of Abu Bakr is the way that connotes sadness. So the Quran didn't say he was worried, but says the man was sad. And the verse says, "La tahzan, inna Allah ma'ana." That don't be sad, for Allah is with us. There's a difference between worry and sadness, you all know. Then Abu Bakr said, "I am sad because for me, I'm ready to sacrifice my life. I'm nobody to get killed. But you, the messenger of Allah, if you die, mankind will remain in darkness. Mankind will remain in darkness till the end of time." This is where the uniqueness of Islam comes from. So what is in this religion that is so unique, and that compelled Abu Bakr to say that if you die, mankind will remain in darkness? So I'm just going to interpolate only 3 or 4 points for want of time. Point number 1. There are so many religions in this world, some of them we do not even know. But I can emphatically state, without any doubt in my mind, that this is the only religion that talks about the oneness of Allah. Is it Christianity? They have tainted it with Trinity. They have tainted a human being who was sent as a messenger and a servant of Allah to be their God. Meanwhile, as if they do not read the scriptures. When you open your mouth, then quickly they quote John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Then we'll start to give rebuttal and say that in the beginning was the Word, fine, and the Word was with God, fine. But if you say the Word was God, then we need to know the process through which the Word became God. How did the Word metamorphose into godliness? Because that is not the correct interpretation of the verse. When you read the same verse down there, John 1:18, I had an encounter with a Pentecost pastor, and he quoted this verse, and I asked him, when Jesus Christ was walking on the surface of the earth, was he seen by human beings? He said yes. When he dined with the disciples, did they see him physically? He said yes. Then I said, read down there, John 1:18. He was reluctant to read. He was rather asking me to read. I said, no, you read, otherwise you might be saying that I had read something into the book which is not there. So he opened the book and read Jesus speaking. no one has ever seen God. That Islam speaks very loudly, clearly, in an unambiguous language, a language that doesn't have any element of doubt. Clear, straightforward language. So I said, Kul huwa Allah ahad. And proves it. So the Quran says in Quran chapter 21, لو كان فيهما آلهة إلا الله لفسدتا. That in between the heavens and the earth, if there had been gods apart from Allah, there would have been confusion. Imagine the God of the sky wants to bring down rain, and the God of the earth says that I'm not ready to receive it. So the two will have to fight for dominance. The two will have to fight for control. Who are the people who are going to suffer? The occupants of the earth. The English people say that when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. So if the God of the sky and the God of the earth fight, the people who are occupying the earth are going to be at the receiving end of that fight. But when you reflect on creation, you see order. You see amazing balance. The sun will rise from the east and settle in the west. To ensure the continuity, this is where the balance comes in. To ensure the continuity of human survival. Plants take the carbon dioxide that we pour out. And they take it in. And they give out the oxygen that we take in. This arrangement can never be by chance. It is coming from a supreme commander, controller